Okay, so I figured that I would talk a little bit about the stock suspension on here. So this is the Haas, I think is what they call this system. It's like a Haas 2.0 as part of the Sasquatch package. From the factory, you get some small gas bypass shocks, or I don't know, they have some kind of cylinder on the side of the shock. It's got a small lift, maybe an inch or an inch and a half, but they ride really well, they feel very well, they handle really well. And I have absolutely zero complaints about the current stock suspension. My issue is, and it's not really a complaint, is we don't get enough tire clearance or ground clearance or body clearance, and a bigger suspension will maybe allow a little more articulation as well. And so that's our reason for upgrading. Not to mention, we thought it would be super cool to work with RealTruck.com again. And that's who is our premier sponsor on this video. If you haven't been to RealTruck.com, they can basically get you anything that you want for your off-roading needs, or if you're not an off-roader and you're more of a pavement princess, they've got a lot of options for that. So head over to RealTruck.com and check out their supply of Jeep parts, Bronco parts, Ford Raptor parts, Toyota parts, pretty much any manufactured part for vehicles. Check them out at RealTruck.com. So now we're gonna head over to Jeep Kings, which is, if you guys have watched any of our videos, you know that David, the owner over there, always takes care of our rigs, and they do a stand-up job. We've recommended several of our followers over there, and they typically have nothing but nice things to say about Jeep Kings. So hope you'll check them out. Are these just air filled, or are they gas, or what? Gotcha. Oh, dude. Those are gonna be beautiful.
Basically the same axle, different feet. And then you're able to manipulate your ride height a little bit. When you extra load, if it sags, you can come in here and loosen this up, turn the collar, and bring the ride height up.
Okay. So these will have adjustments on them too, right? For just ride, stiff, soft?
Yep.
Okay. So I want to run that baby.
Compression is all it is.
Yeah.
So it's the...
How much it pushes back into this, right?
Well, it's the...
How fast.
Yeah.
How fast. You can...
Probably opening a valve or something that lets more come through or less.
Yeah. It's what they call dual adjustable.
Oh, nice. It's one here, one here.
Yeah, but this
That's
only
cool.
does compression.
Okay.
Double?
It's got high and low speed.
Oh, nice. Let's face it. Looks really good in there.
I like it too.
Like I said, so far it's going together nice and simple.
That looks like a good kit. Good fit. I didn't even look to see what those are set off from the factory. Probably right in the middle or something.
So normally, as you see, it's got, you turn it counterclockwise to turn it down, or clockwise to turn it up. This is your low speed stuff, high speed compression it says.
Okay.
So actually you got to turn here. Your high,
Where's the set spot? There should be like a mark you would
there's
think.
really not.
So you just
well,
gotta listen for the clicks maybe?
Kinda. So here's your, as you can see, you turn this one, the whole thing, and then you can turn this one.
Okay.
So it looks like they do have them turned all the way down or something. Watching the videos, I was reading when you first switched to the Bronco, some of the hate mail some of the Jeep people were giving us. It's like, seriously?
People get too hooked up in brands, man.
Yeah.
Whose name is on the outside of it? If they make a product that I happen to like better at that time, I'm gonna drive that.
You know, nuts and washers.
Yeah, they're on the rear bumper there. And I can hand this to you as you.
I just need one of them. Put this back in place. There we go.
Yeah, I imagine the front might be a little trickier.
These stupid things they should just pull out, but they don't.
You gotta screw them and then pull them.
Mm-hmm. And half the time they won't screw, so you gotta even dig them out. That's not gonna work. It's gotta come out of the bottom for that. Okay. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna have to take this. It's not, the sway bar is not coming out like it should. It'll be fun getting the other one back in. Okay. There's that. Yeah, we booked it. See, it said it should have dropped down plenty to free the coil over.
Probably would have with the sway bar out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It says, do not remove center nut, serious injury or death. Yeah,
Which center nut's it talking about?
not the strap.
on the strut.
It'll blow that thing.
Oh. So I'd say we were halfway done, but we're not halfway done because the rear is much easier than the front. But we've got the front almost apart, so we're probably getting close to halfway done, considering the rear's done and the front's apart. See what happens. Need a battery.
Should collapse. That is not good. You're a happy tapper. Like I said, I was a Ford tech for years, and
Yeah.
some of their stuff's a pain in the butt to work on, and some of it's not so much.
I can't imagine working on a little Kia or something though. Imagine that.
Come on. See, look at this thing.
Oh my gosh. That's probably one of the reuse, huh?
Yep.
They're in dirt bikes and mountain bikes, and as opposed to somebody like Bill Stein, you know, they're not in all the other markets.
It's between King and Fox are your two biggest. And then you've got, you know, you got Bill Stein, you've got a few smaller companies. Nice thing with these shocks is they're completely rebuildable. You can send them off. You could actually send them off. There's a company called AccuTune that they do custom valving for them.
Oh yeah.
You send them off to them, tell them what you got and all this other stuff, and they can do custom valving for them.
Huh.
And make them ride even better. Something so that it would work correctly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the point is. Maybe they needed movement between the sleeve and the knuckle.
Now it was using an existing ball joint. It didn't have the right taper.
But for the factory, I have no idea.
Wrong way. Okay, there's that. And
Right there. Do not forget to put that sleeve in there.
Did not. There you go, that's good. You got about 6 or 7 pumps in it. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut some off the back of that. Because this and this all occupy the same space.
Uh-huh.
So as you can see, I shortened it so that it would reach up.
Uh-huh. What was the first one for?
This one here protects your radiator, intercooler, all your front end. This one is just kind of a bridge, but back here, this is for your electronic sway bar.
So we had to modify this one to fit with that.
Yeah, I had to modify this one to fit. Just cut, we cut maybe an inch off of the whole thing. Had to drill a 1/3 hole in it to line up. And then this one is the skid to cover your lowered front differential. Let's see if it's like a Jeep and it's a 21. 24.
Huh. Heavier duty. This ain't no Italian rig. It's American made. Yeah.
That's funny. Instead of using a flag nut, they've got a little bracket that the nut slides up in.
That's pretty slick. Then you don't have to have a special nut.
Okay, now the question is, did they give us another bolt?
Wow. That's what it needs.
And then every time you don't get stuck, you can say it's got Jeep DNA.
My first part that breaks will be this track bar bolt.
That would be hilarious, actually.
I was worried about my truck exploding. I didn't realize we're working on Bronco.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh, I'm pulling my Tacoma up to a Jeep place. It's not gonna like that.
Hey, we're not discriminatory here.
Yeah, I seen that yesterday.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how it wheels. My biggest problem with Toyota is there's too much plastic. Break that Jeep bolt.
There you go, you got Jeep DNA now.
All right. That's what I've been wanting. I could put a sticker on here that says repaired with Jeep parts. It's official. I'm part of the Jeep crew again.
You ain't got no ducks in there, do you?
Okay. Handy dandy spanner.
Yeah. So loosening it pushes down on the spring, which raises the suspension up.
Well, we're twisting this down to preload the spring more, which will...
Lefty loosey, you're unscrewing from the shaft, which is pushing down on the spring, right?
Correct. It was, yeah, you can see where it was. We've gone like 2 revolutions. I'm gonna add about a 1/2 inch to it because a little is a lot, actually.
All right, so I want to talk about this new Superlift suspension that, thank you so much to RealTruck.com, had sent to us to check it out. So it's a Superlift. I think it's up to 3.5 inch lift. We'll put all the details in the bottom below. Coilover shocks by Fox Shocks. Everything has been awesome today. It feels good, flex is good. We've been at max flex a few times. No popping, no rubbing, no grinding, no nothing. We're happy with it so far. Stick with us, subscribe to our channel if you want to follow along for a further, more in-depth review on this, because as we go along and as we utilize it, if any issues arise, we'll be sure to put that in here. This is the exact same campsite with the exact same view with the exact same weather as last time we were here 2 years ago. Probably pretty close to the exact same food.
I think we had tacos last time.
Oh, yeah, never mind. We're just outside of Silverton and we're headed up towards Animas Forks. And Animas Forks is like one of our favorite kind of little scenic old town type places here. It's kind of like a rough road on a cliffside. So we're gonna head up to Animas Forks, look around the cabins, and then we're probably gonna go up Engineers Pass today. So stay tuned for all that.